Hey, so here's your video on how to make a video using ScreenCastify. There's a couple of things. I'm going to attach this document as well because there are some things that you need to have done in advance before you can make a video. You need to first be logged into Google Chrome, and you can see up here that I am logged into Google Chrome. That's this little circle thing. If you don't have that, I'm pretty sure that you do, but if you don't, you're going to have to download Chrome, which is a very quick and easy and small download. And then you're going to have to make sure that you are logged in to Chrome, not just to Google. There is a difference. And you can Google how to log into Chrome. Once you've done all that, you will have either your picture profile or your initial up here in the top right-hand corner. That tells you that you are logged properly into Chrome. You have to make sure that your sync is on. See here, if you just click on that, you'll see that yes, sync is on. If the sync is not on, you have to make sure that it is. Otherwise, these things won't work for you. You then also have to make sure that you have ScreenCastify loaded. And Elaine sent an email message back on, it's in the Huron Park group, and it was on, sorry, April the 2nd. And I can't type right now. Okay, so if you go down here on April the 2nd, you can see her ScreenCastify Premium available. Please go in here and get yourself sorted this way. There's the code, Cast COVID. That's what's giving it to us for free for now. This is not normally a free program. We should send them a big thank you note as well. So once you have that loaded onto your computer, you will see this red arrow appear in your toolbar up here. So you click the red arrow, and once you click the red arrow, it may get a number 1 here. Mine does. I don't know if yours will. So once you click on the red arrow again, you need to allow enable your microphone and your camera. I never use the camera. As you can see here, I do not embed my webcam. All it does is give a picture of you down here in the bottom right-hand corner, and I find that very distracting. And they don't need to see you talk unless you're planning on actually doing something on a whiteboard behind you, in which case you can actually do webcam only. So there's lots of potential here. So you can do your desktop, you can do a browser tab. I have the entire desktop because that way I can change browser tabs. So that's the next thing. So when you click this blue record button, it's going to come up and ask you, do you want to share your entire screen, or do you just want to share an application window? Once you have these options here, you can click on either one, but then you have to also click on this image in here, and that will enable your share button. And so as soon as you click the share button, you'll get a countdown. It'll beep at you. So once you have that, you're up here in the top right corner, you'll get a red button showing up on your red arrow, and that says that you're recording. If you don't want people to see that you are clicking this, because as you see when I click this, it brings up a menu that I then have to use to click the pause button. Some of you also, I have mine, it's disappeared because I turned it off so many times, but down here in the bottom left corner, there could be a black menu that has these buttons available for you. And if you don't want to do any of those things, if you just, oh, and yes, there's this thing down here, you can hide that so that it doesn't show up. If you don't want to use your mouse to pause or start, you can just hold down the buttons Shift, Alt, and P. Shift, Alt, P will pause, and it will also play if you need to use keystrokes instead of the mouse. So now you can make your video. Remember, if you are sharing your entire screen, your entire desktop, you can swap between your windows if you want to make sure that people can see what you're doing. So I'm going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to hit this button, and you can see I'm still recording. I did this before so that I could get screenshots of everything for what it would look like. As soon as you hit this pause button, this is what will show up here. It'll say that you're paused. And if you're done, if your lesson is over and you're finished, that's when you click this red button here with the box. And if you're done recording, then you just hit this button, and then another screen will open on your browser that looks like this one here. I can't do this clearly during this video, or I won't be recording for you anymore. So as soon as you hit this red button, then it will automatically start to process. It will automatically start to download. That is this line down here. Oh, Ellis, go away. Sorry, lots of cats. And it will automatically save to your Google Drive. And when it's going to your Google Drive, it goes into a folder that as soon as you upload ScreenCastify, you get a folder created that is called ScreenCastify. And that is where it's going to be saved. So from here, as you can see, you can also share directly to your classroom, or you can publish to YouTube directly from here. So I've got a couple of little life hacks here about the fact that I number my folders that I use most often so that they come up to the top of my list on my folders. So this is what your screen looks like if you want to publish directly to YouTube. It will publish to your YouTube channel. Make sure that you have this set to public, not private, but you are then going to have to go to YouTube and go through a couple of menu items because it will not process until you have identified whether or not this video was made for children. And you can also put it in a playlist in your YouTube channel if you like. I tend to download or I export it as an MP4 onto my computer, and then I upload it to YouTube so that all the processing is kind of done at once. But if you don't wish to do any of that, you know that it is in your Google Drive. You can share it to Classroom, and I believe they should be able, to view your video from Classroom. Same with publishing it straight to YouTube, but like I said, you have to go to YouTube and make sure that you've indicated that it is available for children and that it is public. So you have finished making a video. From that, like if you need more help than that, you can try sending me an email or give me a call. But basically, just play with it. You'll get it sorted. And good luck.